to Seriously Podcast. As you know, we're continuing our recaps of Bigger Season 2. I'm Mary.
I'm Brittany.
And this week we are doing episode 4, right? Well, that's where we are. We are episode 4.
Yes, we are. Grown man-ish.
There's a lot of that happening. A lot.
I don't see no grown men.
Really?
I mean, okay, fine. I see some grown men. Well, you just want to be mad.
Thoughts before we get started? What we doing? Before we get into the mess.
Before we get into the mess, I mean, episode 3 we left off with Ken came back in the picture, fighting, trying to get Veronica's attention. Everybody's back. So we're trying to see if people are changing this episode. Can people change from the past?
Can they be on their grown man-ish?
Can they? Is it all talk or is it real? These are the questions we want to know.
These are the questions that need to be answered.
So let's get into episode 4 of Bigger. So episode 4 starts off. Deon, his mom is in town, prepping for her wedding, prepping for making the introduction of Julius and Deon. So he's here and he's putting up a front, trying to make her believe that he still has a job, that he's still employed. This is dedication, okay?
This is so dedicated.
Grown man-ish. This is dedication, okay? He has on a suit. He's missing payments from his condo. He owes like $6,000. So he decides to drive around, wasting gas.
Yes.
Money that he needs.
Walking outside in a pandemonium.
That too.
On purpose.
Yes.
Just to avoid telling your mom that you don't have a job.
Let's man up, Deon. Let's try to do that.
Let's do better.
Let's try to do better. I mean, that's all I want for these people, these characters. Do better. So he's putting up a front. Even, Vince tried to something like, just go to your local Starbucks. Everybody does it.
First of all, Starbucks is closed. You cannot sit down anymore. This episode has shown me in Atlanta is just very, very different. I mean, the whole taking off your mask just to have a conversation. I guess because I'm in New York, I'm always like, why are you taking off your mask?
I can hear you.
I can hear you perfectly.
They all got to take the mask off to prove a point. Keep it on.
Walking into buildings, taking off the mask. You're opposite. You're doing the opposite.
What's going on? Did you not read the CDC rules?
Aren't they based in Atlanta? Like, I'm so confused.
It's not making sense. But all in all, he's still avoiding his mom. He's not ready because that's a lot. He don't want to show his mom his vulnerability that he's kind of failed right now.
What was that?
Vulnerability.
Got it.
Oh no, I'm not you. I'm still fairly new at unemployment. My mom still think I'm working. And I got tired of lying about fake video conferences, so I told her I had an in-person office. I got some research to do anyway. I'd have to sell my condo. Man, you want to borrow some money? No. Damn, I'm just trying to help.
Now things are really tight. The budget is tight.
Right. He cannot make the payments.
And he's prideful because Vince even offered, you want me to lend you some money, bro? Like, what's up? And he's like, no, I got this.
I got this, but do you?
Define got this. What does that mean?
What's the definition of got this? Because got this would mean, the president of the condo association would not be knocking on your door if you got this. I'm just saying. But Deon, you got it.
So there's a lot of dedication happening in this episode. These exes that we mentioned, they're also dedicated to being in these ladies' lives again. Yes. Aaron, he's asking Tracy out to a Tank show, and it's like, first of all, Tank makes straight up love-making music, so cut that out. And I feel like he wasn't as dedicated as he should have been, because once she said, oh, I'm hanging on my girls, he should have said, well, invite them all in. I could get them all backstage. Y'all could all meet Tank. Like, that was an opportunity. Right. He really should have said that, but he just wants Tracy to himself.
Yeah, that's it. He just want to have a romantic night.
Mm-hmm. And even Veronica decides to meet up with Ken, and, they both kind of talk about what's going on in their lives, how they've changed since college, and she asked him, like, what is it that you want? Like, you're on my clock. Yeah. How can I help you?
I want the one that got away. What? You. I'm done with the games. Playtime is over, Veronica. I turn 40 in a couple years, and I'd love to explore something with you.
And for some reason, I really did not like that response. Like, oh, I'm about to turn 40, so come on over. Like,
Yeah.
just
I'm finally gonna give you a chance.
it's the wording that was just like, all right, you turning 40. What does that have to do with me per se?
Yeah. Because that's what guys, they wait until, like, you know what? I'm tired of the game. Recess is over. Play dates are done. Let me finally give this woman a chance. I know she ain't seeing no one.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's
Mm-hmm.
single.
Because he's been
Come
stalking
on.
her. He seems to know way too much about her.
Well, my thing, like, all these years you've been social stalking me and never like tried to slide in my DM. Remember Facebook had that poking option? Guys loved a poke on Facebook.
I don't like
I hated those. But he was the type to poke. Like, what are you poking? Stop poking me. You're being weird. So weird. I'm so glad Facebook took that
that.
off.
Yeah, that is true. Why didn't he? It's because he probably has a wife and kids.
He definitely has something. It's not making sense.
Yeah, you popping up out of
You've been thinking about me all these years and you never tried to say hello, never tried to say, hey, let's catch up. Hey, big head. None of that.
And he said he's a sports agent, so it's like at no point after college did you come back to Atlanta and say, hey, let's catch up. This is your first time back in Atlanta since? Okay.
It's not making sense. It's really not. But I guess his argument would be like back then he was still about the games and he wanted to take Veronica seriously. And he didn't want
Right.
to,
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
yeah.
But overall, she's like on the fence because I mean, although he's saying the right things, like she don't want to open herself up to no mess.
Yeah. Their dynamic is just very interesting because I feel like they both kind of one up each other. Like, oh well, I'm a sports agent. Well, I've been selling successful houses for years. They both trying to see I'm successful.
They
Don't play
are
with me.
competitive.
Yeah, even when the bill came, I got it. They both had it, but
Mm-hmm.
she let him pay for it. Like,
Yeah.
girl, let him pay.
Right? He
wants
invited you. What the hell?
So Layne is in a meeting with I guess an old coworker. They're having a meeting about
She's
marketing.
doing some project for them for her old job.
Something's going on. But all in all, in the end, the coworker kind of offers her to go on a trip to Spain with the old crew, like trying to get away. So I definitely want to put a pin in that. I definitely think something's going to happen with this trip to Spain. I just want to put a pin in that.
Layne ain't going nowhere.
Layne,
even afford therapy.
I feel like she's going to use this trip to avoid anything. Like something's going to happen at the end of the season where this trip is going to be her way to escape dealing with something that's happening in Atlanta. But we'll see.
This coworker inviting her out knowing she's a small business owner. Excuse you, I have bills.
Let's be real about it.
What are you doing, Miss Lady?
You know I left that job. You know I'm kind of struggling. So why are you paying for this?
Yeah, you said corporate was paying? Is
right. Okay. Am I +1? Then we can talk.
Then we can have a chat. Otherwise, business only. Keep it professional.
Can't make it. Can't make
it. Sorry. So it's girls' night, they're hanging out and they're talking about, second chances and is it even worth it? And Veronica, who we think that would normally say like, nah, chill, don't even bother, on to the next. She surprisingly said, we've all changed since college, so maybe Ken has too. But Layne, who is Miss Positive all the time, is like, ain't nobody changed. We just
It's so crazy to see how dynamic has changed. Like Layne would be the type, yes, girl, he's changed. Give him a chance. Veronica's like, girl, please, don't worry about that boy.
Right, on to the next.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. But this Deon situation is really taking her through the loop.
I know. First of all, we weren't even talking about Deon, girl. We were talking about Ken and Aaron. Where he come from?
Like, focus on your friends, sis.
Right?
First of all, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Second of all, you was the one that dissed Deon when he came back to you the second time around. True. Not true. Yes, it is. I told you. Just explain to Deon the whole Greg picking you up thing. Y'all could have been enjoying happily ever after by now.
And Layne
Yeah.
ends up saying, I did, and I saw that he ended up sleeping with someone else. So at this point, I'm like, hold up. So this is Tracy's fault. Why would you send her to a guy's house unannounced?
No, do not blame my girl Tracy. It's not her fault.
Tracy has to take some blame here.
No, she was saying be on your grown woman-ish. Because at the end they were all friends. So yes, we can pop out on each other. We can. And she wanted her to talk. You need to talk it out.
Oh, definitely talk it out, but don't be coming over here unannounced. Basically, you don't know what you're walking into. Okay.
First of all, he should have had his door locked because she would have knocked and would have prepared him.
Yes. Even for me, Layne, like even though she saw that the door was unlocked and he had the key, I would have still knocked. Like, hello, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Like, why is the key here? But she came in with the champagne and was all, and then she saw him on the girl.
Child, you don't hear. You don't. I mean, I guess you're in the moment, but I think I would hear someone opening my door. I'm right there.
I think it's just a New York way of living. Like we're always on.
Right. Yeah, we're aware. We're always on. What's the name? We're always on. Atlanta too lax for me.
Yes.
Y'all too comfortable.
Right. So at this point, the girls are like, all right, so how did y'all get here? Like, did you talk to him about anything? Talk to him about Greg? Talk to him about this girl? Anything? And she's like, no, I didn't. And neither are y'all.
So we're like, okay.
Okay, so nothing's changed. Got it. Copy.
Nothing has changed. So we're still doing this. Okay, we're not growing up. Got it.
We're still stressing over conversation. Can be resolved.
Yeah, easily. Yes. Do you feel sorry? No. Or yes, I am sorry.
Right.
That's it. Let's move on. So Veronica tells her I think you're taking this too far. At the end of the day, yes, you saw what you saw, but that doesn't mean Deon is not the one. There could be more to the story. It doesn't mean you're not meant to be. There's no evidence here. Your case is just fluff. Okay. So they see a psychic spot and they're like, this could solve our problem. Let's see what they got to say. And Tracy is me. Tracy, I'm not with it. Anytime the psychics be like, yo, I could, my God would tell me.
Psychics that just randomly start saying that to you, but in Honduras, there are psychics there, and you do visit them and they talk to you about your future and stuff like that. So
Have you did that?
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
What happened? Tell us your experience.
My cousin she sees into the future and can tell you what you should be changing in your life. I mean, you're not really supposed to speak to it to other people.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
So I wasn't like, oh my God, no, about that. But I could understand Tracy being like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Hello, amen. And that is me. I'm not doing it. Because I'm I don't know. I just feel when you go into that other world and stuff get on you, with Tracy, how she put her hair, I don't know. I mean, but I don't think I ever, besides you, I don't know anyone else that has done it out in New York when you're oh, come get a psychic reading.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes those women, a lot of times, yeah. This lady, she has a lot to say. The first reading is about motherhood, and the next year, one of them will be a mother, and then it could easily one of them could be pregnant. It could be a significant other having a child, or it can even just be having a man who acts like a child, you're his mother.
Yeah, it's all about how you interpret things.
Exactly. What do you feel it could be?
I feel it could be maybe Ken has a child and Tracy. Veronica will be stepmom. So that is stepping into motherhood. Or it could have been Layne and Deon having a night and then they end up having people sleep with each other. No. It could be Tracy and Aaron. They could have a drunken night and end up having a baby too. Who did you think that was directed to?
Oh, definitely Veronica. 100%. I think it was definitely her. I'm leaning more towards the him having another child.
Mm.
I feel like her being pregnant is too on the surface. It's too obvious. So him popping up with a child, her stepping into that stepmotherly role, put a
Yikes.
pin in it. The next reading is Tracy's reading, and hers is more like about forgiveness. So instantly, she's thinking of Aaron. He's
Mm.
changed, giving him a chance, and forgiving him. So this was kind of like, okay, well, maybe he
That could have
is.
been for Veronica too.
That could be it too.
Cause
Wasn't
the
she going around and giving each
oh,
girl?
well, she did that for Layne, but
Yeah,
I don't think she
or
was
Jane.
doing specifically.
Yeah,
I don't think the first two were specific to either of them because they
okay.
really could have gone for either one of them.
Yeah. Okay,
Because she
okay.
mentioned something in your past is pulling you back, but will help you propel forward. So they both have people in their past that are coming back, and they both need to trust or forgive
Yes,
in order to
we
move
talk about
forward.
that. Mm-hmm.
But for
100%.
Jane, she was really reading.
Yes,
She was reading.
you're like, I have something for you. This is for you and only
She said, "I know your whole life. You
from
were
day one.
you weren't happy."
But she does tell her that a new man is coming into her life.
She said, "A different man."
She didn't say new.
She did not say no. I think Layne misinterpreted it as a new man.
That's a twist.
I see a man. Oh, yes. I see a different man coming into your life. Everything about him will be different. Oh, I feel at ease. Life with him, as well as with work, will be easy.
Okay. So this could be an old man with a different attitude.
Thank you. That's how I took it when she said everything about him is different.
Okay.
And it will be easy moving forward. But
Mm,
for her, she thought that meant like I need to let Deon go because
yeah,
this is the sign that he's not for me.
exactly. Because she also said that this different man, even though things would be easy, everything else in your life is hard. He said, this might be cute and fun, but everything else is going downhill.
Yeah,
Everything else.
but she said right now everything is hard, but life with him and work will be easy. So whoever this different man is, hurry up because Layne need you now.
She needs you to save. She needs some saving. Um, yeah, yeah. And the girls, they're impressed. They're kind of like, okay, you might have got something.
They were shooketh because they came in like she don't know me, she don't know my life.
Yeah. And then it was, all right, she may know something.
I need to make some changes in my life.
She call a couple people.
Make some atonements because
Yes. And
forward.
even with Layne, she says like, it gave her clarity that Deon is not the right one, but you can tell deep down she don't want that to be the truth.
Girl, the blue squigglies came back.
Yes, the blue squids, they're back. That means she don't know what she wants.
Yes, the blue squigglies are your conscience. Don't fight against it.
Ooh,
Don't fight against those instincts, girl.
don't do it. Our womanly instincts are very, very rarely wrong. Okay?
Very rare.
Listen to your gut.
Listen to it. All right, let's go to the strip club because a lot happened there.
We at the bachelor party. Where the party at? So Julius, he's living his life. He's like, this is the type of party I'm talking about. He's like, I haven't been to the strip club since I've been out. And Deon's like, out of what? Out of who? What are you saying? So it turns out Julius been in a pen. He did a bid.
He was locked up.
Don't let him out. Oh, okay, for some drug sale. He was on his power life. Okay. Um, and I feel like Deon is just taking mental notes. Like, okay, been
Yes.
locked up.
Strike
Don't
one.
like him. Strike one. Then you find out later that he was married a couple times before. Strike two.
2 and 3.
And
It's too
you're out,
much.
but you're out.
You're done. You're
I
out of
knew,
here.
I knew I didn't like you. And this is why. This is why. Um, and so Gian,
Who the hell's that?
new guy.
Always adding
Deon,
new characters.
oh wait. So Deon comes up to Julius and he's like, Julius is basically like, listen, don't gotta worry about me. I'm ready to take your mom off your hands. And Deon's like, all state, I'm all hands on deck. Like, I
Always.
don't need you. All hands, right here. And Deon's like, I'm not giving you my blessing because I do not know you.
Mm.
And so it kind of shuts him up when the mom called. She's like, "Hey, he been FaceTime me the whole time. Like he's not doing nothing. The mom is in it. Like he and the mom have a good relationship of trust
Mm-hmm.
and communication.
This mom
And
ain't worried about them young girls shaking their ass for cash. She said them little girls are just making their little money.
that's it.
My man coming home to me.
That's it. And he's happy home with me. Okay. And Julius is like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't need your blessing.
At all.
I would like it. It would be cute to have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it. God bless. Have a good night.
Yes. I really thought it was going to be club, next club, bus, no sleep. But they were like, I'm calling you.
They said it's bedtime.
Deon really pissed me off in this episode because throughout the whole night he was La Policia, and I was not here for it at all.
Yeah. Just like bringing down the night. Even
Not a
Greg.
strip
Greg,
club.
Greg is the host. He's hosting.
I
We
think
got
Greg
this.
works there. He's the manager. He's the night manager there. I'm convinced because he kept coming by. Are you guys good? Okay, this is Chastity. This is Venom. This is
Right. Right. But think about it. Greg is there every day.
He's a manager.
He is the manager, and I feel like Deon he felt that was the right time to say, hey, let's have a heart to heart about Layne. We don't need to do that right now.
Greg said, I'm good. I've evolved.
Greg is like, well, Layne.
Layne?
Oh, Layne. Okay, no, we're
One of
good.
the new girls?
Wait, when did she start?
What nights does she do?
On my hair on Wednesdays. That's why.
That's why I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Greg is evolved. He's over that. Water under the bridge. I'm good. Enjoy.
He's living life.
Yes.
And that's what Deon should have been doing, because if anybody needed like a stress-free night, it was Deon. Like, you're at a strip club, you're a single man. Just watch ass shaking in your face. Why are you walking around being security?
99 in the 2000. Let them shake it. Come on.
You didn't enjoy yourself not once. He was looking at the women like he was disgusted that they were doing this for a living.
Cut it out because season 1, you was in there giving
You were
away
in there doing this.
Hey, making it rain.
Now you have no cheddar. So now you're disgusted by the women? Is that what we're doing, Deon?
That's what it is. Okay.
Gotcha.
You're mad because you're broke. It's
Right.
okay.
Vince going back and forth from the boom boom room. I'm like, do you work here as well?
Room.
It was too much happening.
Yes. What is happening in that boom room? He need a water shoes, a girl doing something with a cucumber. You need a
baseball bat. I was like, what?
What is happening in that boom boom room? Oh no!
Rain boots. I was like, oh no. What are the ladies doing there?
They are giving it up in that room, okay? Oh my god!
Even Ken came to the bachelor party and he let Deon know, like, listen, I'm done with the games as well. So he made his intentions clear, like, I want to pursue Veronica. And Deon is like, yo, that's my sis, so don't go there if you're not serious.
That part, and I appreciate that. I love that. Like, don't play with my sis.
Not at all. Don't do that.
You already did playtime in college. Don't do that. Come on. So at the end of the night, Greg goes home with a couple of ladies. Greg is the man.
Greg
Let's
is the
let's
man.
make that clear. Vince get picked up by Shoshana.
Yeah, he still wants to be Greg though. Like
He loves Greg's life. He loves it. He wishes that was him right now. But
he's like, Greg.
forget about me.
I'm a DJ if you need me. I'm a DJ if you need me.
Greg is like, who are you?
He's all right,
Like,
gentlemen. Good night.
Greg is that guy. Ken, he runs home to talk to Veronica for some pillow talk.
Girl, Boo loving on the phone. Remember those days?
Ooh, love it. How would you say?
Do you remember those days?
It's been a while. But those were some really special nights.
I know. Not wanting to go to sleep first or hang out first.
Now, like, I just want to let's go to sleep together. Those 4-hour phone calls,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so easy back in the day.
Back in the day. We're going to get there one day.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's happening for them at almost 40. So there's that.
Okay. I didn't need to hear that.
I mean, I'm just seeing what I see on screen. All in all, the last of the pack is Deon just standing there.
You really should have been the first one to leave because he was ruining the entire night.
Yeah, and you have no one to go home to, so
the minute Julius left, you should have left.
y'all should have carpooled. He's staying with you, so you might as well saved some gas in an Uber.
I just realized that.
You should have caught a ride.
You should have brought a ride. What is wrong with you? You were wasting gas all day driving around.
All day.
Now you want to drive at night, wasting more gas? What's wrong with you? Is that in the budget? Is that in the budget? You're so dumb, boy.
You are so dumb. Not thinking. Dang, Deon, let's do better.
We have to.
Yeah.
Tracy ends up going to Aaron and she lays down her new laws for how this is going to work. If we're going to be together, everything needs to be on my timing, my rules. And he's like, I'm on your team. Whatever you want, I'll oblige.
Whatever you need. You got it. Whatever you want. This is your world. I'm just living in it.
I'm just living in it.
That's it. And I like it. Listen, these are my rules. You want me? You with it or nah?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm on the fence on that. I'm on the fence. We'll get to that in the writers'
room. Okay. And Deon, he's kicking back, watching Martin, thinking about the good times. Thinking about the simpler times and his crew.
The only time we saw him smile the entire episode.
Yeah, this episode, the whole season so far.
The whole 2 seasons. It's when he's at home by himself watching TV. It's when he's happiest.
Okay, self-love. That's his self-care.
But does he love himself?
It propels him to call Layne.
Yeah.
But our girl Layne lost her phone at the psychic shop.
How, Sway? I didn't know people still even do that.
Lose their phone?
I was pissed. I was just like, you're still doing this? People still just leave their phones anywhere before they leave someplace?
Like, come on. And then, like, it happens. I'm a victim to a lost phone, a lost key. It happens. But I'm thinking if I'm out with my friends and I leave, I'll be like, oh, where's my phone? And go run back in. Because I know where call my phone. I don't see it. Yeah. Oh, I probably left it at the psychic place. That's the last place we were.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easily trackable.
And it was just sitting on the chair. So you got up. That phone was just sitting there.
And then the psychic lady, she could have saw the phone ringing. Oh, hello, yeah. The young girl left her phone. Like, you don't care.
Jane, are you looking for Jane?
Are you looking for Jane? This is Jane's phone.
Come get it.
It wasn't making sense.
But then again, it was late at night, so maybe it was closed by then.
But you still would. Maybe she'll get it next episode. Because you would come and get it.
Hopefully, but Let's get into the writers' room because
The writer's
a lot to
room.
be said about what happened.
Yes.
A lot of concerns, a lot of
Oh
concerns, a lot of questions.
Right even seriously. Yes, this is the writer's room where we talk about our questions, comments, and concerns, and maybe rewrite some things that should have happened or could have happened. Where do we want to start?
Layne and Deon are definitely meant for each
They
other.
are true blue soulmates. Get married already. Have the baby.
They're both stressed. They're both working my nerves. Just get together and end this madness.
Oh, this is gonna be a story that you're gonna tell your kids down the line. Mommy and daddy were playing for
Yeah,
years.
they're not gonna laugh
But
at this story. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, y'all serious?"
yeah, right. Y'all, we could have been here
We
years
could have
ago.
been here years ago. They're gonna get tired of you saying that story over and over again. Like, oh my god, here we go again with this. How we got together.
Oh, daddy tried to get mommy out of jail. She had Greg with her. Oh,
La la la.
I hear it.
We're bored. We're bored.
We're bored. Because I do feel like great relationships start with the foundation of friendship.
Yeah.
They had that. It's strong. It's a good vibe. I miss the simpler times when they would go on dates and just be laughing and kikiing and just, but also have that romantic flirtation. Perfect.
Yeah.
Then it got messy. And I feel like they should have learned to navigate all these other friendships didn't teach you how to communicate with each other.
I think because they have this friendship, it's awkward, but that's an excuse.
It's an excuse. I mean, I guess.
No. Mm.
I'm hoping. Now, do you feel that in the end of this season that true love will prevail?
I think that it will. I'm low key upset that this whole time it seems like Deon has not even tried.
Okay,
Like, okay, since season
that's
one, when he saw her at the precinct with Greg,
right.
and then she went to go apologize. What happened the next day? Did he think that if she's not going to come talk to me, I'm not going to go talk to her? Was it that kind of thing?
I think he's like, well, she got Greg to talk to. She's with Greg. I think he took it as, oh, she took Greg back.
But that's still like your homie. I would think that one of them, if it's, well, Deon, honestly, I would think that Deon would have been the bigger person and had a conversation with her because Layne, Layne just be laying it out here.
Layne just be laying in. It's just so because they had that it's just bad because even in season one they kind of were in an awkward space until the bathroom scene where
Mm-hmm.
got it, and then the finale, that whole Greg situation put them back in an awkward place, so they both don't know where they stand with each other, and they both are too prideful or both too hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, but Deon not doing nothing all day. So the least you can do
He's driving.
now because his mom is there, but before he was just chilling in the house in his condo. You could have stopped by her job. You could have called her, text her, invited her out. Like, let's clear the air.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I'm not arguing. I'm
Where's
100% in.
his input? Where's his effort into to? I guess today in this episode, he finally decided, let me go call that girl, Layne. Let me see what she
Right.
do. Is
Right.
she
Let me
alive?
see what she's about. But and then even so, like yes, we were shut down in a pandemic, but all that time shut down, quarantine, and you're not thinking about Lane and said, let me talk to her.
Is
Yet
she
Amber
alive?
had nothing but time.
Nothing but time. What's
A
your
quick
excuse?
time. How you feeling? Are you okay? Come on. But we're here. Yeah.
We are here. Let's talk about Veronica and Ken and Tracy and Aaron. Do you think that the girls should give these guys a chance?
I love love.
We're
I'm
just at light right
we're alike, but they both were past loves.
now. Okay. Hmm.
Okay. So I'm all for love prevailing, and I actually like both couples now. Before I was kind of on the fence, but I kind of can see, like, I like Tracy and Aaron's kind of like friendship dynamic also, where it's like where she was being cute and flirty on the like, oh, I'm dancing, you interrupted me, like it was kind of cute. He was like, oh, you looking good, like I'm like, all right, fine. Ken and Veronica love the late night combos. I'm here for it. I want both of them to work out if both of them are true. I don't think Ken is true. I think he still has some college tendencies.
Yeah, he's definitely someone that we need to keep our eye on.
Yeah.
Because although he is saying the right things, something is telling me like he's he's got a secret or he has like a different motive or something. And
Yeah.
don't piss me off. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. And then with Aaron, he could be true, but there's something in the back of me that the producers are paying him millions of dollars to get into her brain so they can have some kind of spin-off show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel good about it.
Because it's too easy the way he's just like, yeah, sure, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. And where were you last season? You wasn't trying to come see me then?
Where were you last week? This whole
Where were
pandemic,
you last week?
the minute it started, did you care to
Well, I
see
guess
us
he
alive?
was in rehab. He was in sex rehab.
Sure.
We want to believe it, we do, but producers are paying. We'll see. I would love both of them to work out. I would love everybody to just be happy.
You know what I just realized? Greg was in sex therapy,
He was.
and so
Not rehab though.
oh, that's what I mean.
Therapy. He was trying to um get further education on the woman's body and be better at sex.
Isn't he a gynecologist?
Correct. So there's that.
Yay!
There's that.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking this free spirited Greg.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him. I'm just like,
He's fun.
do you?
As long as you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I? Who am I? Yeah, you and Layne were meant to be, and that's fine. Now I feel like that relationship made him find himself
Mm-hmm.
and find who he truly is or what he could be. So thank you, Layne, for.
Do you think he might become one of those guys where it's like he loved the girl, he was a good guy, and now he like closes his heart off to like relationships?
I don't think so. I think he's just more awakened now. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I think he probably is now in his whole phase. Because he said with Layne he was infatuated with I guess the idea of love.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's just enjoying life and seeing it. Like I feel like if you did meet a special woman, he would be like, all right, let's do this. But I don't think he's like bitter.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And lastly, I would say, do you think Deon should give Julius his blessing?
Yeah, why not? Like I feel like, his mother's happy. I do wish that I met sooner, or maybe the mom gave him a heads up, like, hey, I'm seeing someone.
Yeah.
We have a barbecue. Let me let you meet them. Or, oh my God, I just got engaged. Like, kept them in the loop so it's not such a shock.
Right. So it's like not so in your face. I do agree with that. Like the mom definitely should have said something, even when they were when the pandemic started and they were checking in with each other. You should have said, "Hey, I started seeing someone. It's getting really, really serious. Do a FaceTime so he can meet him or something." But for her to just throw it in his face like that and then expect him to be like, "Oh my God, yes, finally, somebody in your life." It's
Exactly.
like, oh, don't, you living in a fairy tale. That don't work.
But exactly.
But at the same time, she probably felt like, I'm grown. I don't have to answer to him. I don't have to tell him anything. Like, that's my child. So it's like,
it's just been them two for so long. So it's just like
right.
she could have kept him in the loop. Like, she don't got to tell him that she's dating every time, but at least when it got serious.
Definitely, definitely.
How are you gonna pull up and like, oh, playing his bachelor? Who are you? Who are you?
That's low key manipulative. Like, she thought because like this is my son, he loves me. He's not going to say no to me.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I
what?
don't know. That's kind of like foul the way she went about it. But that's his mom. He loves her down. Like, he's not going to be like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like, you pissed me off. So
Exactly.
what can you do besides just?
But I think Julius, even though Julius has a colored past, I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. Like, people always talk about, forgiveness and giving people a second chance, and especially those who were incarcerated. Like, you can't keep looking at him like, oh, you're a bad person because you did something in your past. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as far as the multiple marriages, he wants to be in love. They just didn't work out. We don't know why they didn't work out,
Right.
but they weren't the right match. And I think this time around, he's like you said, like third time's a charm. So
Right. And
hopefully, I think we'll have a good relationship.
yeah, and he was upfront about everything. Like, he does not hold back from his past. He doesn't seem like he's ashamed of it at all. He just tells it like it is. And I think that kind of makes Deon. I think that kind of pissed Deon off about the way how he was so nonchalant about the things that he said. Like, I guess he assumed that this person, somebody who has like such a colored past, should be like ashamed of it. But you have to own up to your past.
Mm-hmm.
Deon wouldn't know nothing
That's
about
it.
that because he can't own up to his past. You had a job. You don't have a job.
She said it. She said it.
That's why
That's
he's
the
mad.
truth.
He wants to be like Julius, but he can't.
Right. You mad? You jealous
You're jealous.
because you don't own up to your mess.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. And just as far as Layne and this trip to Spain, I definitely, like I said before, I definitely think it's going to come back and something's going to happen with this trip. It's going to be a way for her to avoid real life because that's what Layne does best.
Ain't going nowhere.
We'll see. We will see.
I feel like if they're doing the trip, everybody going. It's gonna be like Housewives.
Going to Spain, like Cheetah Girl.
Cheetah Girls.
We go to Spain.
Amigas, cheetahs,
Friends
friends for
for life. Yes. All right, so that was episode 4 of Bigger, season 2, Grown Man Ish. We saw some, we saw not so much. But another great episode. We're going to be back with episode 5, and we got a special guest with us on episode 5.
Yes, I don't want to miss that.
I do not want to miss that. We got our boy Chase Anthony, who plays Deon. It's going to be a great episode. I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, make sure you guys follow us at Seriously Podcast on all social media platforms and listen to us and subscribe on all podcast platforms at Seriously Podcast as well. Bye, guys.
Bye.